Hi everyone, how's it going? I thought I would do a quick Facebook Live here because, let me just get my camera straight. Can you guys see me? I just got out of the dentist office, actually. I really don't like going to the dentist, but I go, every 6 months to do my little cleaning there. And I ended up having a really good conversation with the hygienist and with the dentist himself because I like to question things sort of from an alternative point of view. And I took some notes on what we talked about. So the first thing that both the hygienist and the dentist said to me, so I don't really have the strongest teeth from a genetic point of view, but I take really good care of my teeth. So I floss every single day, and I brush twice a day, and I use essential oils also, and I use different tooth powders. So I'll do another video when I'm actually at home, and I can show you my different products for my teeth. But the first thing that both of them said to me was that I have lemon water teeth. So they actually knew that I was taking lemon water and apple cider vinegar water in the morning. They didn't know about the apple cider vinegar, but I told them. So he said it's a very common phenomenon with all these people now drinking for health, helping to alkalize their body, and for digestive health, drinking lemon and apple cider vinegar. What happens is that it's eroding people's teeth. And especially when someone sips this over the course of the day, okay? So what they suggested was to either take this lemon water, and here I am drinking warm water with lemon again because I actually love it so much. But so what they recommended was to take this water and sip it right away. So drink it right away. Don't just, sip it throughout the day because you're constantly bringing the acidity to the teeth and eroding the enamel. So not a good idea to sip throughout the day. Just chug it down. The other thing they said is to use a straw. Okay, so I went and bought this glass bottle here with a straw. So I'm going to be drinking my lemon water out of this thing from now on, or my apple cider vinegar water, however I feel that day. And even my gut shot, so my sauerkraut juice, I think it's also probably the same idea. It's going to acidify. Okay? So drink it fast, don't let it linger. So then came the question of bacterial health. Now, do I think that gut health and oral health are connected? Yes, I absolutely do. So I think that a dysbiosis, which is an imbalance of gut bacteria. So an imbalance of poor gut bacteria, so negative gut flora, parasites, candida, and overgrowth of bad bacteria in the gut affects your oral health. I really believe that's true. I really believe that it travels upward. The dentist didn't really agree with me. He's like, whatever stays down there is going to exit in the other direction. But I actually believe that it's kind of true. So does our gut bacteria affect our oral bacteria? And the other way around, does our oral bacteria affect our gut bacteria? And that is huge. That has some scientific research and studies backing that. If you don't floss a lot, you're more prone to heart attacks. Have you guys heard of that research? So I definitely believe in keeping your oral bacterial situation really clean. And my number one suggestion for this is the use of essential oil. So using clove essential oil and tea tree essential oil. My next huge recommendation that I don't even go a day without. I do not leave the house without using my tongue scraper. Okay? So a great tongue scraper is by, what is their name? Hold on, I wrote some notes here. I forget what the company is called. Dr. Tongues. So you can get that at a health food store. It's basically a stainless steel, round, sort of moon-shaped thing with some rubber handles, and you scrape. So you can scrape a really thick layer of bacteria off your tongue first thing in the morning. That stuff is accumulating overnight, basically, and you want to get that crap out of your body because that's definitely going to affect your digestive health. In traditional Chinese medicine, we look at how the tongue looks. So many times when I see my clients, I'll do a pulse diagnosis, and I'll also do a tongue diagnosis. The tongue speaks to us. The tongue gives us symbols of what's going on in the body. So, for example, if you have a teethy tongue, which means you have teeth marks on the side of the tongue, that means that there's an internal cold or damp situation. Could be candida, which means that the tongue, because the cold is affecting the tongue basically sits in the mouth and becomes sort of inflamed and expands, and that causes teethiness on the tongue. If you ever have a stomach flu or gastro or any gastrointestinal issues, look at your tongue. You are going to see that your tongue is white, so there's a thick coating of bacteria on your tongue. And that's a good indicator of digestive issues, okay? So let's see what else I wanted to talk to you guys about. So definitely use a tongue scraper, how oral bacterial health can affect gut health, and how gut health can affect our oral health. And the use of essential oils also to sort of clear that up. Of course, keeping a healthy diet, so not having an overly acidic diet. Stress is the #1 acidifier. I said that yesterday in a video too. Stress is the #1 thing that acidifies our body. I'm going to answer the questions after. You know why? Because I'm new to Facebook Live, and I think I'm going to get really distracted if I look at the questions. so stick here, stick with me, and I'm definitely going to answer the questions. I promise. Okay. So what was I saying? So I was saying that yes, stress. I highly believe that stress causes acidity in the body, and that acidity can affect our dental health because what happens is it acidifies the saliva, and acidic saliva is going to erode the enamel on your teeth. Okay, so watch out for stress. In traditional Chinese medicine, again, I love Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine, by the way. I'm a naturopath, everybody, if you don't know. My name is Desiree Abikasis. So basically, in traditional Chinese medicine, we see that if a person is highly stressed, the adrenal glands are taxed. So the adrenal glands are these little glands that sit on top of our kidneys. And when we go into a stress response, the adrenal glands get called upon over and over. And what's happening in our modern society is that people are overly stressed. And people are not just stressing about, really dangerous situations like a tiger in the woods. I know that example is used ad nauseum, but we're not just under real stress. We're under chronic stress for no reason at all. So we go to work, we're stressed. We get into traffic and the guy in front of us is driving too slow, we're stressed. Our kids didn't put on their shoes, we're stressed. So we're constantly going into a stress response. And this taxes the adrenals. And in traditional Chinese medicine, we see a relationship between the different organ systems and different emotions. So chronic stress is definitely going to affect your dental health, okay, because of the acidifying of the saliva. And I highly recommend you guys use fluoride-free toothpaste. So not using fluoride is very important. If you live in an area with fluoridated water, also watch out for that. We have in our Berkey water filtration system, we have an extra filter that you can purchase. It's a white filter. It takes away the fluoride. Okay, so look into different areas of Montreal, for example. I live in Montreal, Canada, have fluoridated water. Some areas do, some areas don't. So look into that. Very important. And one interesting thing that happened is the last time I was at that specific dentist, I was 7 months pregnant. And I always wondered, it's an old wives' tale, I think, if the baby, sometimes they say that the baby can draw from your stores of calcium or draw from your iron sources. For sure iron, because you're basically building up a person with a whole supply of blood. But I wondered about the calcium, leaching minerals. And the dentist didn't think that was true. So I found that interesting as well. But I kind of still think it's true. So he said that was an old wives' tale. So definitely I think that using minerals, so paying attention to your minerals, your macro minerals and your micro minerals in your diet, which means having a diet that's super rich in fruits and vegetables. Green superfoods are an amazing addition to your diet. Making sure that you mineralize your body so that you can mineralize your teeth, because obviously teeth are made of calcium and teeth are just an extension of what's going on in our bodies. Okay, so make sure you mineralize. I spoke yesterday in my smoothie video about pH drops. So these are, I wish I had things to show you here, but these are alkalizing pH drops that are very rich in minerals and that are going to alkalize your body. So when you alkalize your body, you actually help to restore minerals, but you help to reduce stress as well. And we just spoke about how stress could acidify your saliva and cause the erosion of your teeth. So make sure that you take minerals, very important. And I love these pH drops that I talked about yesterday. And then again, chewing gum. Okay, so I don't know if there are any gum chewers over here. But chewing gum can be detrimental on your oral health because it also can erode the enamel. Not only that, but if you chew a lot of gum, you could also be taxing your digestive system, because what happens is you are tricking the mouth. So digestion starts at the level of the mouth. You're tricking the body, actually, and tricking the mouth into thinking that it's going to receive food because you're chewing and chewing and chewing. And what happens is your mouth starts to produce the amylase and the different enzymes that are going to help to break down the different parts of your meal, the carbohydrates, the fats, the lipids, the proteins, the lactase, all of these things. So you're starting to salivate and literally produce enzymes, and then you're not getting any food. You're just continually chewing, producing enzymes, and your body's not actually being satisfied with any food. So not a good idea to chew gum, guys. You're going to tax your digestive tract, plus ruin your teeth at the same time. So that was my oral health and bacterial discussion. So do you guys have any questions? Oh yeah, did I tell you about my dental floss? I'm in love with this dental floss. Unfortunately, we can't get it here in Canada, but I actually get my sister-in-law to bring it over from Whole Foods in the US. It's called Smart Floss, and it's the same company that makes that Dr. Tongue's tongue scraper. This stuff is amazing. Like, they just used this floss on me at the dentist. It was so thin and puny and yucky, and it didn't really feel like it was getting anything out. But this Smart Floss, basically, you go into your teeth. It's thick. It's like a ribbon, and it expands. And not only does it remove the pieces of food that are between your teeth, but it also removes plaque that's in between your teeth. And that stuff will never come out with a little cheap, thin piece of floss. So, guys, that was my discussion. So we had a few questions. Now this is so cool. I'm on my cell phone here. So cool. So everyone's saying, hi guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. I love you guys for being here. This is so much fun. Yes, Amanda says use a straw. Yes, definitely use a straw. And a straw is also amazing for drinking green smoothies, because the chlorophyll could eventually start staining your teeth. So you want to definitely use a straw for that if possible as well. There are controversial things about using a straw when you drink. So one thing you want to do also if you're drinking a lot of green smoothies is sort of chew your smoothies. And this goes back to the idea of your mouth producing those enzymes. So sort of try to chew your smoothies so that you get those enzymes going. And that can help you break down the fiber in the smoothie. Okay. This is your most commented on live video yet. Woo! Okay, Shiva says, I agree, everything is connected. Totally, everything is connected. There is no separation. So I went to the dentist, for example, and I started asking him about my digestive health and my bone health. So obviously, everything is connected. There is no separation. Unfortunately, in the current medical model that we're in, there's a specialist for everything. So there is a huge separation between all the different parts in our body. We have a psychologist for the mind. We have a gastroenterologist for our gut. We have an eye doctor. We have a heart doctor, cardiovascular doctor. So all of these things, it's really unfortunate that everything is seen this way as a separate systems, but the body is one whole entity. And if something is off in one part of the body, chances are other things are going to go off in other parts of the body. So really important to look at the body as a holistic entity and not as separate parts. So for example, our digestive health is hugely affected by our mental health. My clients with digestive problems, I specialize in irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, leaky gut syndrome. And people know, clients are not stupid. I mean, people know that whenever they're stressed, their digestive system gets worse and they have more digestive problems. So the fact that the medical system can tell us that these things are not connected is like insane to me. But anyway, go with your intuition, people. We're very smart. Essential oils, yes, what don't they do? Yeah, definitely. So if you ever have a really bad toothache and you can't get to the dentist in time, okay, use clove essential oil. So you can either put it with a carrier oil with a bit of coconut oil and rub that into that gum area. It's basically, it's one of the strongest antibacterial. If you look on the ORAC chart, so this is a chart that measures the antioxidant value of different foods, clove is up there, man. It is so powerful. It is so antibacterial. And you just rub that. So it also has an analgesic effect, so it's going to help to numb the area where you have the toothache until you can get to a dentist, of course. Okay. Do I recommend oil pulling? Yes, I think oil pulling is fantastic. I don't really have time in my life right now. I have 2 children. I can barely, get to the bathroom. these days. But yeah, definitely. So oil pulling is not only effective for dental health, it's an ancient Ayurvedic practice, and I love Ayurvedic medicine. I actually studied in India. I was in India for 2 months, and I signed up for this course, Ayurvedic Nutrition and Diagnostic, with this woman and her husband, and they have been Ayurvedic practitioners over the generations. So their parents, their grandparents, they were the real deal. And nobody else signed up for this course, which was amazing for me. So I spent my time in India while everyone else was like getting high in their hammocks and partying and stuff. I really spent my time with this Ayurvedic practitioner, this woman. Amazing, amazing. I learned so much. It was so fascinating. And then I also learned Ayurvedic massage. So I love Ayurvedic medicine. It makes so much sense to me. So oil pulling is definitely an Ayurvedic technique. So it basically involves the use of sesame oil or coconut oil. The coconut oil, although it remains solid in colder temperatures, it's going to liquefy and become clear. So you're basically just swishing this oil mixture. You can add a drop of clove essential oil or tea tree essential oil as well. You're swishing this mixture back and forth from like sort of behind your teeth to the front, and back and forth and back and forth. This movement for about, as long as you can do it, 15 to 20 minutes. The volume of liquid gets expands. It gets higher because obviously your saliva is implicated. And not only can this help to alleviate cavities, so it's definitely worth a try. Before you go to the dentist and have your teeth filled with cavities, try oil pulling for a few weeks and see what happens. So my storage is almost full. Okay, so oil pulling is great, and not only is oil pulling great for oral health, but it's also good for digestive health and helping to pull toxins out of the body because of that constant movement. You never want to swallow the water that you've been oil pulling with. No, no, no. This is toxic mix of like an oil and water sludge. You want to spit this into the toilet, okay? Don't even spit it into your sink, but spit it into the toilet. So oil pulling, yes, do it, baby. All right. Oil of oregano is also wonderful because it's an antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral oil. Yes, definitely. If I ever have a cold, or if I start feeling those tingling symptoms, when people around you are sick, I get some oil of oregano, about 5 or 6 drops. That's kind of a lot. But in a tiny bit of water, and I'll gargle with it, and I'll also swish it around in my mouth the same way I would with oil pulling. So yeah, oil of oregano, awesome. Sean says you're doing awesome. Keep it up. Yay! Thanks, Sean. This is all sort of new to me, but it's so much fun. I love actually just educating and getting on camera and sharing. So, hey, Brock. Someone's saying hi to the other guy. No sink. Yes, Shiva, no sink. Oil pulling, toilet. Okay, guys, any more questions? Does anybody have any more questions about dental health and its connection with gut bacteria and gut health? Anybody? Somebody? Anybody? If not, I think I'm going to sign off. And I love you guys for watching. Thank you. It's awesome. If you like this video, definitely share it. And you can also visit my website at healthquickie.com. Healthquickie.com. It's an awesome new website that was designed by an awesome graphic designer, and there are lots of free resources there. Check out my blog. I write a newsletter and a blog post every single week. I also have a private Facebook community group. It's a VIP private community where I have to sort of approve you to join. But it's called the Health Quickie Community, and that is a beautiful group. I'm in love with that group. It's so much fun. And what happens is people can ask questions, so personalized health questions, and get my help from a naturopathic point of view. I'll often make a video because it's faster for me than typing things out. So I'll make a personal video for you based on your specific health problems. And I also post in there about 5 days a week. So I have Monday is a challenge, usually an amazing, really thorough challenge that you can just implement into your life and start changing your health right away, just with that Monday health challenge. Tuesday is Inspiration Tuesday. Wednesday, I think, is a recipe. Thursday is like a health and fitness advice. And then Friday is some other health and fitness advice. So guys, please come in. Join my private Facebook community. It's awesome. It's really value rich, and it's lots of free information that I just love to share and love to give. I also offer a personalized naturopathic consultation. So I have a 12-week program that I work with people on, and there we can really dive deep into people's personal health concerns and health issues, whatever is getting in the way of your life. Okay, and implementing natural health strategies. What I love so much about being a naturopath and naturopathic medicine is that often my clients will go, the conventional medical route and they won't find answers. And that's usually when they come to see me, unfortunately. I'm sort of a last resort. But what's beautiful is that we have so many options and possibilities for healing. So there often isn't just one solution, but there are different ways of seeing and going about healing the different problem. And of course, I call upon my years of naturopathic experience, so other people's specific health cases and all the learning that I've done in naturopathic medicine and homeopathy. Okay, guys, so if you like it, share it, and it's a pre-recorded, obviously, Facebook live stream, so it's going to be on my page. Okay, guys, love ya, and see you soon. Thanks for watching, and thanks for joining me and spending your time with me. Bye! Got to figure out how to turn this thing off. Bye, guys.